Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another episode of DDT'S Mail Call. In particular, it's episode 2. We're not very deep into this series, and I guess you could say it's a very similar series to Mail Call, but instead of opening the packages up in front of you guys, I just already have them pre-opened and stuff, and there's just a bunch of little twists and turns about it, you could say. But here today, on this episode in particular, we've got a little bit of a fun story here. So, last episode, I got almost everything that I had ordered in the mail and just hadn't shown off, but 2 figures technically. And I will get into those 2 figures, but I figured, no pun intended I guess, on this episode, first and foremost, before we get into those figures and before we get into any of the just figures I've ordered and like stuff I've ordered just in general, we would go over some fix-ups that I've done over the past couple of weeks and some customs that I've kind of made over the past number of weeks. And I say it like that because, well, I'd consider 2 of them kind of to be customs. I don't know, that's more up to your interpretation on that end of the spectrum. But with it all being said, I think first and foremost, it wouldn't be, a nice little fix-up tour if I didn't show off these 2 here. We've got my fix-up dirt sheet. I will say a lot of the torsos here I do still have to like super glue them and stuff, so keep that in mind if you guys would like to. But yeah, like it's actually kind of neat. I've got AEW elbow pads on the Jomo, but he's got bigger, like bulkier arms with the bulkier torso. I think this actually looks really good for a John Morrison / Johnny TV, whatever you want to call him. Of course, wrist tape may not be the most accurate, but who cares? And well, Miz here, he doesn't even have wrist tape, but to have a Miz with double jointed like elbows and stuff, and he's not in an Awesome Truth gear, I'll take it. Not that I hate the Awesome Truth Miz. Well, the head scan wasn't the greatest, but not that I hate that gear and stuff, but I just would prefer to have like gears like this. But like I did mention, none of the torsos are glued yet. I just have not taken the time to glue these things, but hopefully without knocking into the tripod too much here, I can stand these bad boys up and we can get into the next fix-up that I've done here. Well, I've got a lot of fix-ups, but trying to go in a like specific order. These ones were just arm swaps. Well, shoulder and arm swaps. This one, same boat. We've got Booker T here with double jointed arms. I took the arms from the Street Fight Booker. Had better tattoo decals and stuff on the shoulders, so I cracked the torso open, I swapped it. You can tell that there's a little bit of a color difference between like the lower half and the upper half and stuff, and that's because I did use the newer torso off of the Booker T where this head scan also came from. I did make the King Booker like head scan interchangeable too. I don't know if I have that casually laying around. I would have to like take a quick look around my hobby room just to try to find that, but even if I can't real quick, that's whatever. I'll try to showcase it in some like pictures on my Instagram and whatnot. But I thought this turned out really, really good, and yeah, maybe we'll have Booker T in the Fed here soon. I don't know, but let me try to fix this tripod up a little bit. And well, I guess with that being said, let me try to find that head scan real quick. I don't know, something just tells me that you guys would like to see the head scan if I can find it. I just can't remember where I put it. Well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't think I'm finding it, though. I did find a couple of things that I could showcase here in the video, but I'm just gonna take one more quick little gander. I'm sorry for the pause, but yeah, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, cannot find this head scan. Weird. Oh well, I'll find it in post-production and stuff like that, because I really can't remember where I put this thing. And then on top of it, what makes it even worse... Oh, and I just found it. That's actually kind of crazy, but... Yeah, no, I guess here we go. Sorry for the extensive wait here, but as you can see, bada bing, bada boom. One head scan goes on. And one also pops on too. Now, I know this isn't like the absolute best Booker T head scan. There's a little bit of paint chip and shit. But, you know, if I want a more modern-ish Booker T, there we go. So, you've got the two different looks here. And I'm sure if I wanted to, I could probably find like some tape hands and put some wrist tape on this guy, give him a little bit of a later look as far as like the hand tape and shit goes, but enough said there in my opinion. The next one is probably one that a lot of people will enjoy, and I say it like that purely because, well, in all honesty, this figure definitely needed the upgrade. And not even necessarily just the double jointed arms, but he just needed an overall on like the formula in general. And well, that is gonna be the Man Beast Rhino, as I put some, I want to say they were Otis arms on him. I can't exactly remember. I want to say they were Otis arms though. And well, the shoulders and arms definitely do look a lot better. I don't know why it looks like the arms like gap, as if they're not meant for double jointed arms. Maybe I'll end up swapping them out sometime here in the future, but for now, honestly, I really dig this. I really do. And especially putting him alongside a hardcore championship, man, this is like peak shit in my opinion. And all I will say is he is not the only ECW guy you will see here, but going into a different stretch of the woods, I guess you could say, a whole completely different company, we've got someone who probably will never be made in elite form again, though he has had a few elite figures, hence how I made this. We've got a custom Big Bill here from AEW, W. Morrissey, Big Cass, whatever you want to call him. Pretty simple fix-up, just a Big Cass head scan. We got a Psycho Sid or Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, whatever his name is. Psycho Sid. And well, I can't really say anything else here. That's like quite literally it. I grabbed a chain, I think, off of someone and threw that on there. I can't remember who I grabbed that from, but really simple formula. Honestly, I really love the way the shoes look on him and stuff too. Like, this really feels like a Big Bill, and I love it. I really do. And honestly, I know he's not really a part of the video, as I reviewed this figure years ago, but let's just be quite honest here. You pair him alongside an Enzo Amore and he looks even better. Like, just look at that. Like, look at that greatness down there. We can take a little gander here. I know I just put them down, but like, look at these two side by side. If my camera would actually focus. Sorry for knocking into the tripod here, but great, just great figures overall. Really great formula for that Psycho Sid body there on that W Morrissey. I could have swore, yes I do. Just to show you, I do have the head scan still from that Psycho Sid too. Probably will end up on a figure in the crowd. And speaking of a random figure, which the original head scan will probably end up in the crowd. Now this one might be a little bit more of a take it as you will, but we've got a custom Mattel Elite Jay Lethal. I can't really say he's exactly 100% height accurate, though I'd say he's fairly in scale. We've got the AEW Jazzwares head scans on the Farouk Assad body with some kick pad lowers. I did change that out so it would look a little bit more accurate, because I don't think he wears like standard wrestling boots. Maybe that's just me. Of course, I did make both head scans interchangeable for a Mattel body, but I feel like to get the best effect out of this, I might need to change the neck peg so the head will sit a little lower. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it does sit on there quite nice. Ooh, as I say that, it just popped right off very easily. But, like, ooh, Jesus, maybe I overdid this head scan a little too much, I'm not gonna lie. Let's try the other head scan on here real quick so you can see what that looks like anyway. Like, it don't look too bad. Definitely needs a shorter neck peg though, that's why I like having the other head scan on there. But if anything, this one I didn't dig out as much either, so it kind of takes a little bit of forcing on there, but it does pop off. This one definitely sits a lot better on there, probably because I didn't just carve the shit out of the head scan like I did with the tongue out head scan. Though the tongue out head scan does sit on there quite well. I don't know, I feel like this is a pretty good formula for Jay Lethal. Of course the head scan skin tones don't necessarily match in its own right, but take that as you will. Maybe you could use that for a custom Maven. Maybe that'll be featured in Mail Call episode 3. I don't know. But we do got the Farouk Assad head there. And mind you, these last two fix-ups that I've shown you so far, they are technically Mail Call like features. Like the first 4, they were just standard fix-ups. These 2, I actually had to order the like bodies and stuff just to make those. So take that as you will. And well, with this next one, or well, next 2, because honestly I'm gonna do this one as a pair. This is gonna be kind of a mixture of the 2 now, as we've got one which is just kind of a simple little arm swap, and then the other one which I had to order not just the head scan, which actually came off of a basic body, but I actually also had to order the main body itself, which you will see here in a brief second. I just had to take the jacket off of the one guy. But all I can say is you might as well cue the Heart Foundation music, as we've got Tyson Kidd and Davey Boy Smith Jr. here. And well, I'm actually quite proud of both of these. I might swap the kick pads on this Tyson Kidd, as like it's gotten a little like discolored over the years, so I don't really care for these kick pads all that much. Even if they were standardly white, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But got double jointed arms on the Tyson Kidd. Got a Davey Boy Smith Elite that honestly is a lot closer to his modern look than you would probably think. Of course, the hair isn't, but take it as you will. I just like the head scan. Love the gear too. I could probably switch the boots out for some kick pad boots and it would look a lot better. I don't know, but only thing that's wrong here is I did break one of the tassels while I was getting everything all set up for the Davey Boy Smith like junior fix up. So there's that. Take that as you will. But with that all being said, fix ups are out of the way. I know I could show off the body that technically came on, so I did do it last time, so BRB. At least I knew where this one was located. I will say it like that. At least I knew where this one was located. So you can see I still have the Davey Boy Smith Jr. basic body. And I put his father's head scan on here just because I'm going to end up throwing this in the crowd anyways. Unless maybe I end up using the arms for something. I don't know. I probably won't. But like I said, take it as you will. Now, for all the real exciting stuff, let's try to lower the camera down here so you guys can see all this stuff in its glory a little bit better. Don't mind the arena mess as I am in the middle of working on stuff for a joint show, and then I will get right back in the Armageddon, I promise you that. But with all being said, I feel like it's only justified to show you guys first and foremost what I forgot in the first episode of DDT's Mail Call, of a tag team that is a little hard to find, I will say that. I'm lucky I found the pairing listed together. Not saying that it's hard to not find them together or whatnot, but I do have all the accessories for these guys too. I will say as far as accessories go, I'm not going to make sure I show all that off, but we've got Butcher and the Blade. Really excited to have these guys just in the Fed, potentially down the line. Having them in hand guarantees that, you know what I mean? And just having them in hand is actually really cool. Seeing all the tattoo decal here and stuff like that on Butcher. The Blade, I mean, he's kind of plain Jane, but he's got Blade on his butt cheeks. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and I did show these off in the first episode and I'm just stupid as shit. Probably should have watched it back, but feel free to correct me in the comment section down below if I did accidentally already show those off. But I don't recall doing so. And with that being said, we're going to get into the next set of mail call-ins. And three things. Forgot there was one that was loose. These three things I ordered off of eBay from this one seller, and honestly, I'm not disappointed with any of them. First things first, because he was featured in Mail Call Episode 1, we've got Tommy Dreamer with a custom Tommy Dreamer shirt. Now, no more Sandman shirt for Tommy Dreamer, but speaking of Sandman shirt, the ECW shirt does work quite well on this if you don't want to go out of your way for a custom Tommy Dreamer shirt. But I will say, I've had this shirt on him for a while. I made sure to wash it before I put it on there, so there's that if you want to take that into consideration. The logo is still on there quite nice and stuff. For a cheap little t-shirt, it's actually quite worth the money in my opinion. And Tommy Dreamer shirt is definitely pretty grand. But we also got two Sandman shirts. One's a tank top, one's a shirt. And I just love looking at this Budweiser replica Sandman shirt. And the white matches the logo quite well enough to where on certain angles you almost don't even really notice the white border on the logo here, which That's good shit, honestly. I can't complain. Like I said, these were all cheap. Like, these were not all, like, expensive shirts. I can't even, like, say they were. And there goes the mountain pile. Well, I guess with that being said, let's just scoot this over to the side real quick. And we'll try to fix this up as Sandman takes a tumble. At least Sandman is expected. He might be a little intoxicated, you know? Never hurts to have a brewski on the job. I don't know why Miz all of a sudden does not want to stand. There we go. Just what an episode of Mail Call here, you know? We're already fucking shit up and we're probably like, oh yeah, we are literally 20 minutes deep. That's crazy. I was gonna say we're probably about 20 minutes deep in on this, and I'm having to restand figures real quick because I accidentally knocked into Tommy Dreamer. But anywho, at least with all that being said, it didn't disrupt anything outside of the ring, so take it as you will. But so far, we've got a nice little shot of multiple things that we've gotten so far over the past number of weeks. And well, it's only gonna continue to get better from here as, well, up next might be a little bit of a controversial take, but I kind of do like the figure as it is. We've got the War Games CM Punk. Don't mind that I've got him like packaged up with the World Championship here. I bought this off Amazon. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Pretty happy with it. I do think the torso is a little oversized, but maybe that's just me. If you guys would like to, you know, any of the figures you see here, I will gladly review them. Even my custom Tommy Dreamer, I'll gladly review it. Anything from this episode, anything from the like last episode, just leave a comment about it. I will gladly do that up. Just, you know, just all you gotta do is say something. But before I get too sidetracked here, we've got what? We've got 7 more things to show off here. And well, let's get a little big with this one, as this is a little bit of a fix-up. I've got the head scan in the crowd, but we've got the Great Khali. I can't remember what elite this is, but I've got Roman Reigns gauntlets on him, kind of representing the wrist tape that he didn't come with. It's fine. Khali during this era, I know he wore wrist tape every now and again, but man, this figure does pose up pretty well, I can't even lie. And it's also more accurate compared to his Build-A-Figure, which had a head scan more similar to this. This is off of one of his basic figures that I just kind of had chilling around. Kind of happy I did too, because I think it looks a lot better than the standard Screaming scan, but maybe that's just me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I need to take a little quick sip of my drink over here, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to get this done all in one take, and well, it may not be the easiest, but we're gonna get through it. And now with that being said, we're on our final 6 things to show off here, and well, we'll have a little bonus figure at the end, something I'm working on. But something I'm not working on, but I did actually have to put a little bit of work into it. We've got a rare figure here nonetheless too. We've got the ROH Jerry Lynn figure, and well, I am happy with this figure, though I will say I did end up torso swapping this with the Will Ospreay like unmatched figure, so you'll have to let me know what you think of that. But the articulation actually feels a lot better in the torso for this one here. The original one was just stained to hell from the t-shirt. Like, I don't know if the guy had it displayed with the shirt on or something, but we've got Jerry Lynn, potentially a guy who we can bring into the Fed and stuff. That'd be pretty neat in my opinion, right? Speaking of a guy who's already in the Fed, I will say I do have a different torso on him here, but I do have the original torso too. It's not like I just bought the legs. But we have Kenny Omega, potentially the gear I'm going to have him wear for Armageddon. Pretty sick gear, I will say that. I'm happy I got this. I'm mad I didn't get it sooner. And well, we do got the torso here with the original head scan, though I will say the bottom half of this and the bottom half of this are swapped, so the AEW Supreme torso will fit on this a lot better, because this original piece, for whatever reason, that came on the Supreme torso was just loose as hell. So swapped it over, it poses a lot better. So I guess keep that in mind. Sometimes you might have to swap the bottom half of the torso to get it to pose well. But we've got that nice Kenny Omega gear. I'm going to try to repose Tommy Dreamer up here so I can maybe pose him up alongside the Sandman a little bit better. And get some more figures in here, as well as we're starting to run out of some space. But in my world, that doesn't matter. And well, in this guy's world, I don't think it would matter either, as in his world, Jeff Jarrett might be coming to DDW, as we've got his unmatched figure. I would love to get his like ringside exclusive figure. I think they still have it on ringside too, if I'm not mistaken. I actually do really like the way this figure poses around and stuff. Like, the legs actually don't move like too bad. They pose up quite well. The decaling here is looking quite nice, you know. It all around, it's a pretty solid figure. I can't lie. Like, I'm actually kind of mad at myself for not getting a Jeff Jarrett any sooner than I already did, but oopsie poopsie, I guess. Now, for someone who was just featured on Armageddon, you can catch him in the Mello versus Mysterio 3. We've got... Oh, that's weird. I don't know why my music just stopped there, but we've got the new Carmelo Hayes Elite. Really sick figure here. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I would hate the head scan more in person, but honestly, I kind of don't mind it. He looks a little stoned, but besides that, the gear's on point. The t-shirt is nice to have. All of it looks really sick. I put a white elbow pad on him. Go watch the match if you want to figure out why. But other than that, really solid figure. Like, really solid figure. Honestly, if I had to say which one you guys should get, I would have to say get that one. I think it poses a bit better too compared to his first Elite, including the Chase, because the Chase is just a repaint of his first Elite, aka it came in that same wave. But for the my bad on the yawn, but for one of the last two picks here in the mail call, we've got someone who I featured in a skit on Armageddon. I want to say it was after Mello versus Mysterio. And well, if you guys haven't seen him yet, then maybe you should, or else you will be cursed. And it's because we've got Danhausen here. Don't mind him wearing the CM Punk shirt. I kind of have that done for a reason. But Danhausen here in the building. It's really nice having this AEW Danhausen, though. I'm really excited to see what Mattel can do with a Danhausen figure. And well, now that he's in WWE, it just makes more of the sense that we'll get one, obviously, but it's just more of a matter of when, how, you know what I mean? It's just one of those kind of things. And now, for the last thing, I will say, I never actually ended up fully opening this as I just got it in yesterday. And it's actually kind of funny because I do have another one of him coming in on Monday, so I could have waited for then. But Monday, if not Tuesday, will be the return of action figure reviews, and I will be doing a 3-in-1 maybe, if not at least a 2-in-1 out of the 3 figures I got coming in. And well, with all that being said, we've got the Elite Series 124 Rey Mysterio. Kind of funny how we've got Rey and Mello in the same video here, but yeah, you know, this Rey is looking pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Head scan's a little odd because you can tell his eyes are like blacked out as compared to the, you know, to the render picture. Package came a little fucked up here as we've got some wear and tear on the box. If my camera would focus, thank you. We've got the other figures in the wave, which I have the Punk, I've got the Shelly and Sabin, as you guys may have seen earlier on. Sabin's kind of in the background over here. We've got Shelly down here. Motor City Machine Guns posing up pretty well. I want to say I did have to do a little bit of hot water treatment on Shelly, but he's posing like a champ now. And I'm definitely thinking about getting the rest of this wave. I can't even lie to you guys. The Lyra's looking really cool. The Jey Uso looks pretty sick. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't care for the Yeet gimmick that much. Like, I do and I don't. I have my moments with it, but I guess with all that being said, why don't we bust out the trusty knife? Why don't we get this Rey Mysterio open so he just doesn't feel so odd chilling in the box, because he's gonna get opened either way. So we're just gonna do the due diligence for you guys, and we're gonna give you a nice little refreshment on how things used to be. Though, if anything, we're actually gonna open this live on the camera here. I just gotta hope that my scissors can get these little plastic tags here, because if not, I don't know what I'm finna do. Which, got one down, just gotta get one more. It's just tricky. There we go. We've got the plastic out, and well, Rey Mysterio is now out of his plastic prison. And well, first and foremost, I will say, getting this Rey Mysterio out of the plastic prison, I am digging the way the gear looks, though I still hate how we don't have any like open hands, like Michael holding hands, I should specify, for Rey Mysterio figures. Like, I don't know, is that just me, or is that kind of shit annoying as fuck to you guys too? Maybe I shouldn't be cursing about it, but I will say the gauntlets are pretty cool. I like seeing that. The shirt's nice. I do have the LWO in my pick fed, so could probably use that during the the fed and stuff. But as far as like the torso goes, I definitely like the torso. The head scan, like I said, the eyes are all blacked out instead of the way they're supposed to be, so that's a little odd. But double jointed arms are quite nice. I love the way they've got the like arm tape going up his arms. All around a pretty solid gear. I'm not even gonna like hold it to you guys. I really do enjoy this gear, and the legs seem to be posing around quite well. No like stiffness to where it's gonna like feel like you gotta go out of your way and give it some hot water treatment and stuff. really solid stuff here. All stuff aside and all voice crack intended, I guess. Really solid Rey Mysterio nonetheless. And if you guys really wanted to, I'm sure there's a head scan you might be able to buy out there that would fix your problem. Oh, I did just kind of realize that a few of the logos here are misprinted. Like, you see here how it sits, and then it sits lower over here, and then the GOAT logo, it's misprinted on this side, so that's a little bit of a fucky-ucky, but I don't know. The gear is pretty solid. I will say having the WWE logo on the gear kind of annoys me, but it's accurate, so what will I say there? Everything else aside, we've got everything in this mail call all set. I have nothing else that I can really show off other than one project, and this is something that's still kind of a work in progress, as I still kind of gotta find like a better leg formula for it, in my opinion, as the legs just sit super loose. But we're on the way to building a custom in-ring Nick Aldis. We've got some JD McDonough knee pads on there because they kind of look close enough to his normal knee pads. We swapped some Triple H legs on there. Some random lowers. I can't even remember what lower legs these are because I want to say I used my Triple H lowers on someone. The JBL logo will be gone at some point. And yeah, honestly, I think this is a really solid build. Personally, I would love to have some bigger arms on them, but what will you do? Perfect, like, little formula though, in my opinion. I think it suits him quite well. Like I said though, if anything, it's just the legs. They're a little loose, but what will you do? Either way, I don't know, but at the end of the day, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Maybe you got some good laughs. Maybe you guys felt my pain when the figures fell over. Just whatever the case may be, I don't know. But when it comes down to it at the end of the day, if you guys did like the video, feel free to like the video. If you guys didn't, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you guys did like the video, feel free to let me know what you guys enjoyed the most out of all the like mail call stuff that I got. And did you guys like my fix-ups the most? Do you guys like the Kenny Omega the most? Do you like the new Rey Mysterio, the Mellow? You know, feel free to actually engage in the comments. I'm not saying you have to, but it would be quite nice to get a little bit more engagement. And well, you know, if I haven't mentioned it already, hitting that like button definitely helps encourage me to want to do this more and more, as it shows me that you guys like this type of content. So you guys gotta like the videos to let me know. Either that or comment and say, hey, you know, this video is really enjoyable. Deadass though, I'm not saying you have to do any of that. And you really don't have to do this next thing, but it would be gratefully appreciated by me if you guys could take the time and hit that subscribe button if you guys did enjoy the content. Maybe you guys might find something else on my channel that you'll enjoy a little bit better. I don't know. That's all up to the viewer discretion, but we are currently sitting at 511 likes, 511 subs, currently on the road to 600. So if you guys would like to hit that subscribe button, share this video around with people who you think might enjoy a video like this too. And yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, we're gonna get out of here. I don't really have anything extra to add here, so have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, I'm not in your time zone, but I will say I did have a blast making this for you guys. So If anything, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it. And, well, on that note, deuces, ooses, yeet. Oh, yeah, I never really showed any of my other content off. Oh, well, if you guys want to, just click on my channel and view that kind of shit. We're out of here. Deuces, ooses for real this time. Yeet. I don't know, it don't feel as energetic. One more time. At the end of the day, have a good rest of your night, day, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone, let alone watching this with you. But at the end of the day, you guys just remember, just stay defiant. That's all you have to do. Stay defiant. Yeah, I don't know. We'll work on it. Peace out, you guys.